the rain in Gainesville, Florida. And it looks like we're going to start off the World Finals here in Pomona, California, in the opposite side of the country with the same results. Story of the day, just ducking for cover. It was a beautiful morning when we woke up. It got better as it progressed. The heat started to pick up. It looked like we were going to have a really good track for the first 2 rounds of qualifying here for Pro Stock, but things just didn't work out the way they should have. We were supposed to start, I believe, about 12:30 to 1. We got pushed back to about 2 to 3. And then by the time top fuel got halfway done, the rain came again. That session's now over. There'll be no bonus points rewarded for that, but the results for the first 9 drivers that did compete will have their times counted, but nobody's going to get bonus points because of the fact that none of the other drivers had a chance to make a run. And that's really going to affect a lot of drivers, including the likes of Brittany Force and Tony Schumacher, who are 7th and 8th going to the points. Tony Schumacher in 8th, 128 points back. He needs runs like this to have an opportunity to have a good chance of winning a championship on Sunday, and with losing this session, that's 3 bonus points that are gone. That would have taken him down to about almost 125 if everything went his way, but now those 3 points are gone, so now instead of the max, I believe, 30 points, you're now looking at about 27. So that's really going to hurt him, as he's going to have to struggle tomorrow to really get a good run in, because now you lose 2 sessions as well, so a lot of points on the tables being taken away. We did get 1 round of funny car in. We were able to get through every single car in that rank. We'll go through how that played out here in a minute. We look through our results. Austin Prock has clinched what he needed to get the points, but they're not going to be official until tomorrow night. So the championship coronation ceremony will be taking place Saturday afternoon, about 24 hours from probably this time that I'm talking right now. Big stories of the day. First off, my hat goes off to the Pro Stock teams, especially the Pro Stock motorcycle teams. They went out there twice getting ready to make a qualifying attempt and then got sent packing because of the rain. Then it got even worse because they came back up for the second time, and then all of them had to leave again because it started sprinkling and then downpouring. So they have also lost 2 sessions in both Pro Stock and Pro Stock motorcycles. So just not the day we would have wanted. In terms of guys to give credit to, first off, Gary Pritchett driving the Travis Shoemake Top Fuel Dragster that is being tuned by the Scrappers organization. They proved back at Las Vegas what that car was capable of after qualifying, I believe, 5th, and then having a really good run throughout qualifying. Laid down a good run around 1, but lost, I believe, Sean Reed. So not the result that they would have wanted on race day, but they have proven that that car is blazing quick. And if they find the funding for 2025, they can keep all the guys on that car that they have. That car is going to be a problem next year if they're able to get a full season under their belt. Another one as well, Blake Alexander showed up this weekend again with the new body. It is wrapped under the red, white, and blue Pronto parts that they showed back earlier in the season. But it was a new body debuted back at Vegas. He also laid down a really good run. I believe he's currently top 5 as well. That car right now is going to be one of the ones to watch as possibly an underdog to go back out there and steal another national event win, as that car has been consistently fast, and when they're able to get the pace under the belts, they're able to go rounds and shock the field. So again, a really short qualifying recap. Let's look at the results, and then we can hear from some of the drivers that we got to talk to today. In Top Fuel, the session got rained out halfway through. In Top Fuel, the session got rained out halfway through qualifying, meaning Sean Reed with a 3.712 is going to hold on to the top spot after Friday afternoon. Second place is going to be Billy Torrance. Ida Zetterstrom with a 7.38 currently holds on to the 3rd spot as she tries to take the Rookie of the Year honors. Gary Pritchett, like I said, a really good run, and for the 3.750, he's going to be solidly into the show with that run, and he will go into tomorrow without having to really worry about getting bumped. Josh Hart rounds out 5th, Scott Palmer in 6th, Krista Baldwin in 7th, Jasmine Salinas rounds out the top half, and then Tony Stewart down in 9th with a 6.832. The story of the weekend for him, Leah Pruitt is not at the track this weekend. She is back home as they are expecting their first child. I've been told Tony Stewart has a plane waiting across the street at a runway at the airport nearby here in case Leah starts to go into labor, so that way he can make a bolt back home to be present in time for his child's birth. As for Funny Car, Jack Beckman ends up number 1 qualifier to end out session number 1, a 3.828, sees him on the top. Austin Prock during that session clinched what he needed to win the points. Won't be official until tomorrow, but right now he is unofficially your 2024 Funny Car World Champion. Blake Alexander, like I said in the highlights, currently 3rd with 3.870. That car looks fast. Paulie as well, another fast run, a 3.875. Cruz Pedregon with the run that he's been needing all season long, and 3.875 sees him in 6th. Daniel Wilkerson in 7th. Alexis DeJoria rounds out the top half. Chad Green will round out 9th. Steven Densham in 10th. Terry Haddock, who looked like he was going to be running another 3.9 second run. He had a hole go out about midway on the track. I could tell from the grandstands that car looked like it was lagging. They wanted to go faster. They have to settle for a 4.041. Jeff Deal 12th. Bob Taskin a 3rd, which I'm surprised by. They're going for 340 miles an hour this weekend. I was told that they were done going for that for the year. They're going full test mode to try and get ready for 2025 to come back better than how they performed on the second half of this season. They did not get that run that they were looking for. They smoked the tires a 7.235. Dave Richards down in 14th. Ron Capps 15th. J.R. Todd, the last car in right now, with an 8.155 in 16th. Buddy Hole, the first car out in qualifying, in 17th with an 8.320. Jason Rumber in 18th, and Alex Miladinovich in 19th with 9.196.
Wow, look at Austin Prock blistering the track. 382.8. Jack Beckman steals it on that run. 384.2. Austin Prock. John Force Racing 1 and 2 final pair Q1.
Absolutely incredible. Kind of as we advertised, they outpaced the field by 300ths for Prock and by 0.5 of a second for Jack Beckman.
Smoke Stewart, that's been the plague of the season. 371.2, 320. Sean Reed is your new #1 qualifier. They're just passing the #1 spot, back and forth. Next man up, Sean Reed takes it.
So sadly, we didn't have an opportunity to talk to #1 qualifiers after today's qualifying due to the fact that top field got rained out halfway through and none of the pro stock classes got to run. We would have only had one driver show up to the media center, so they just opted to cancel altogether and then come back tomorrow. But we did have an opportunity this morning to speak to Austin Prock and asked him about the reflection of this historic 2024 season and what it means to him as he'll look back on in a couple of years after what has been a dominating season. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, I mean, this is 19 years in the making. I started driving a race car when I was 10 years old, and first race out, we ended up walking out of there with the trophy. So always had a passion for racing, always had a passion for winning. Like Gary Selzy says, racing's not fun, winning's fun. So yeah, we've just had an outstanding year this year. These years don't come by very often, if ever. This is one of the most dominating performances in funny car history, and you know, it's like I said, it's all kudos to these guys behind me. My dad, Thomas, my brother, and Nate Hildahl, they've done an outstanding job turning the knobs on this thing, and these guys behind me put these Cornwell tools to work. So yeah, very proud of them.
So that is going to wrap our video here for Friday afternoon here at the In-N-Out Burger Pomona Dragstrip. This is probably one of the coolest tracks I've been to in a very long time. This is probably right up there tied for Bristol as probably the most beautiful track I've been to in my life. This is just a fantastic racetrack. If you have an opportunity to go, please come, because I know this isn't ideal, but man oh man, is this a really, really cool facility to be at. The birthplace of drag racing in the United States. What a cool opportunity. We'll be back here on Saturday to wrap up qualifying here for the final 2 sessions of the 2024 season. We will crown ourselves a new funny car world champion, and we'll get to hear more of the stories that play out to wrap up the final race of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on all social media pages down below, MiniMac03 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to comment, and share the video so that way everybody that has an opportunity gets to see these videos and get hooked on drag racing, because right now, didn't know this was happening, Bob Pockers is here, so that's a pretty big name to show up to an NHRA drag racing event. From what he told me, this is his first time at a drag strip, so good to have him out here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until Saturday, this has been Money Mac. We'll see you next time.